Well, it's Clownfish TV. We're going to be doing a Disney video now. Wow. The company, the things that are going on over at the Walt Disney Company is just insane. Those of you who, if you're an investor of the company, you need to take task on these people. You need to take task on corporate and fire every single one of them from the top end straight through the broadcast, the entertainment divisions, everything straight across the board. Because basically the company's falling apart. I have a video coming out toward the holiday on how bad is a lot of the Disney rides at the moment, the conditions on it. I mean, you've had days where most of the park breaks down. I mean, we're talking most of the park, 50% of the rides are down. How disgusting is that? Are you paying over $100 to get into a park that literally most of the rides are not operating? And it's not because that they're basically accidents or anything like that. It's the maintenance has been horrible. And this is prior to COVID because, one of the main things that brought this out, and I wholeheartedly know that this happened, they didn't have those rides running while basically the parks were shut down. They shut down these rides. And when they tried to turn them back on again, they literally were not working right. Because these rides generally run 24/7. They do basically, when the park is closed, they're still operating in some way or another. The animatronics, all that's still working. Things are still moving in the park. And, this is something that needs to be remedied by the Walt Disney Company. The other half is the prices. And that's the big thing now. The prices have been tremendous. The customer has been screwed, especially the yearly pass holders. And we have a lawsuit coming up on this. But before we start, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share. We're just reaching 600. Thank you for those who have gotten us there. We do really, truly appreciate it. Let's try to strive to get to the 700 before the end of the year. Hopefully we'll get there as well. Out of Blog Mickey, Walt Disney World sued over Disney Park Pass reservation system.
Oh my.
According to a report from Florida Politics, Walt Disney World is being sued by 2 annual pass holders over Disney World's Disney Park reservation system. The claim is similar in nature to what Disneyland Resort is being sued over, namely that the reservation system is unfair to annual pass holders who have purchased a pass with no blockout dates. The Disney Pass reservation will prevent pass holders or any other guests from entering any of the Walt Disney World theme parks without a free reservation. The problem arises when pass holders purchase a pass with no blockout dates and find themselves unable to enter the park because it is full and reservations are no longer available. While the Disney Park Pass system was initially introduced as a way of managing attendance during the COVID-19 pandemic, Disney Parks chairman Josh D'Amaro was an early fan of the system, noticing that the Park Pass system was here to stay. All the way back in August 2020, since then, the executives of the Walt Disney Company has praised the Disney Park Pass system as a tool of yield management that allows them to maximize revenue at the theme parks while providing lower wait times and more pleasant experience for guests. Reservation dates for the Disney Park Pass system would have been extended to early 2024, and there's no indication that Disney has the appetite to get rid of the reservation system. And see, this is the thing. And they say, well, this is to, keep our revenue up and keep the lines down. The lines are, if you've seen one, and I'll tell you, go over to Resort TV, their channel on YouTube, and many others that basically on both sides, both Disney World, Disneyland, there are a lot of YouTubers out there that go to these parks that are basically saying that there are lines. There are a lot of lines. Wait times are through the roof. And you're paying, and the thing about it is, you're paying extra just to skip the line into the front, and still you're waiting. They're gaining, what is it, another $15 per person per day for Speed Pass or whatever the fuck they call it now these days. I mean, they're squeezing every dollar out of you. Food prices have gone up in Disney. Park prices have gone up. Parking, they're charging parking. They're charging parking to the people who have hotel reservations in their own theme park. Why are you charging the people who are already paying? They're already paying for your services. Why are you charging them more to park in the hotel parking lot? That's insane. That's like charging someone to use the bathroom. If they're staying at the hotel, they said, they put a price on the bathroom. You're going to be there. You're paying money, especially you're shelling out. What's the highest level? That freaking galactic freaking hotel that they built, which is a colossal failure. And basically they are charging, what is it, $6,000 for 2 nights for a family of 4. $6,000. Put that into perspective. That's a lot of freaking money for 2 nights. For what? Garbage. You pay a lot less for the cruise and get a lot more. I mean, oh my God. This is amazing. I was not surprised. I saw this coming. I really, truly saw these lawsuits coming. You're a park pass holder. You're not supposed to get blackout dates. You should be able to walk into that park. I have a park pass. I spend yearly on there, whatever the X amount yearly it is. I think it is. I think renewals are like $339 per person plus tax. You're spending that much a year. And then you're spending whatever else on there. And then I have to make a reservation. I can understand in the Epcot and the restaurants, you got to make reservations, stuff like that. That's understandable. But I got to make a reservation to get into the park? Really, truly? I mean, Disney has fallen greatly. And it's going to get to a point. This company is going to fall apart soon. This company is going to be completely in shatters. I give it about 5 to 10 more years, and Disney is just, and it's going to start from the entertainment end. The entertainment end is going to crash hard if they do not change the path that they're going on. Then it's going to end up affecting the parks. Then it's going to affect their products, the clothing, their all the souvenir stuff and all that, because they're way overcharging for a lot of that stuff now. They don't have those Disney stores anymore. They figured out the reason why most of them are closed is not because of the pandemic or anything like that. They figured the prices that they were charging there, they couldn't raise the prices. In the parks, yes, they could raise the prices. Some stuff was cheaper outside of Disney World at their stores on some of the product. They figured they weren't making the money there. So shut down the stores and basically just let them come to us. I mean, the lines that I've seen on the YouTubers, the Disney YouTubers, even on the off season, is still extensive. I mean, before COVID, they were bad. It's worse now. And considering that they have a lot of problems with the rides, they're still trying to. I mean, I don't know when they're going to get Tron off the ground. When is the railroad going to be back in order again? And then they're going to take Splash Mountain down and also Space Mountain to refurbish them, which I disagree with the Splash Mountain. They should never change that. They're changing one thing because they say it's racist. But you're going from racism to voodoo? Yeah, the Princess and the Frog, the main character, the main villain is like a voodoo is a voodoo master. People don't realize when you look at the situation. Think of it like if you ever saw Live and Let Die, Jeffrey Holder, I think it was his name, the guy who used the Seven O'Clockers. He played this voodoo priest in there, and that's almost similar to the character that they're showing in The Princess and the Frog. So you're swapping that out, but you know there was nothing wrong with Splash Mountain. Nobody wanted the change in Splash Mountain. You just had a couple people in the group who said, well, people think that there is a problem with Splash Mountain. And they believed them. You know, this is like two people sitting there saying, you've gotten problems on here. People don't like your ride. The ride has long lines every day. Constantly. People are liking the ride. They just don't, you know, they want to see these characters. They want to see Song of the South. The Song of the South is not the greatest movie in the world. I've seen it. But it's a good movie. It's only a storyteller. Whether you agree with it or not. All it is a kindly old gentleman who happens to be black telling a child who happens to be white stories because he's going through something, a crisis in his life. And those stories sort of help and assist him in dealing with the situations that are going on. See, they're afraid of the storytellers, you know, on the constantly, because basically the storytellers allow children to grow up and be creative. They don't want the children to be creative. This is why they're pushing all this shit into the classrooms on there and pushing away the reading, the writing, the arithmetic, vocational studies, you know, trade school. You know, I've heard a couple of politicians, they want to bring back vocational studies and trade school back into the schools again, especially in the high schools. You know, the colleges are not offering anything for the kids. You're better off learning something with your hands. Learn to build, learn to fix. You know, all those times when you're saying, well, we buy so much from overseas. You know why we buy this? Because we don't have the workforce we had 40, 50 years ago. We used to have a great workforce that made everything. And people used to beat down our doors for our products. Not anymore. Disney was a great place to go to. A place where people went to have fun, to be a kid. Now you have people who criticize adults for being there themselves, who don't have kids. They say, well, this place is only for families. No, it's for everyone, good in heart. That's not what Disney, you know, made it only just for families. He made it for everyone. Listen to his speech when he talks about when it was opening day, when he talks about he welcomes everyone. Now they're trying to push people out. It's like Jurassic Park in the movie, you know, the place is made only for the rich. You know, they pay big money to go see it on there. You know, and the joke was the lawyer was saying, oh, maybe we'll have a coupon day. You know, but this is what's happening. It's becoming out of range. This is where Universal Studios is going to end up to be more popular. They're building some nice stuff coming out now. You got the Nintendo Land that's almost finished on the East Coast. West Coast, it should be done by 2025 with the rest of that new Universal Park. So comment below. Tell me what your thoughts are on this. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share. We'll see you on the next video. Thank you for tuning in, and bye-bye now.